Hey perverts, it's Tommy Purr here, and it's Tuesday on the Rogue Toys YouTube channel, which means it's another edition of Tommy Likes It, the talk show where I talk about toys that interest me and toys that I hope interest you.
Hi, I'm Tommy, and I'm your friend to the end. Heidi-ho!
On today's edition of Tommy Likes It, we're taking a look at the new Hasbro Star Wars Black Series Kuiil and Moff Gideon. Now, these two characters come from the Mandalorian TV series, which you can see on Disney+, in case you've been living under a rock. And these figures are pretty awesome. It's standard Hasbro Star Wars Black Series figures. It's what you've come to expect. The boxes are really nice. So you got this nice little burnt orange stripe color combo right here with the typical black. On the side here you have the portraits of the characters, and on the back you have little biographies, little snippets of who these characters are, in case you haven't watched the show yet, or in case you were new to collecting Star Wars Black Series figures. So let's go ahead and open up the figures and take a closer look at articulation, details, and paint applications, shall we? So this may invariably be the shortest Tommy Likes It video that we've done probably ever on the Rogue Toys YouTube channel, only because this is pretty much paint by numbers for Hasbro's Star Wars Black Series figures by now. I mean, this is pretty much standard articulation, standard detail, what you would come to expect from Hasbro as a company already. To the left we have Moff Gideon, to the right we have Kuiil out of the package and ready to be reviewed. Now already you can see that I'm kind of surprised that Moff Gideon is not that much taller than Kuiil. I expected him to be a little bit bigger, a little bit taller, a little bit more statuesque, because that's just how his character appears to be on Mandalorian. The way Giancarlo Esposito portrays the character, I just expected something taller. So I'm a little bit surprised with that. The details look really good. We'll take a look at Moff Gideon first. So we'll move Kuiil out of the way here. And we've adjusted the camera just right so we can take a look at Moff Gideon. You can see here you've got a nice sheen on the chest plate here. The paint is really well done. The shading is good. The folds on the outfit are really tremendous. The red lining is painted perfectly. I do not have any issues with my figure and paint, thankfully. I know some people on Reddit had some red that was outside of the lines and it looked a little messy, but I got very lucky here. The likeness looks just like the actor. They nailed his likeness. Sometimes face scans can be a little bit off. And as I said before, this character is portrayed by Giancarlo Esposito, who I know from his roles on Breaking Bad, as well as Once Upon a Time. And he always plays such a jerk. He always plays a heel. He's a bad guy. So the moment that I saw that he was playing Moff Gideon, I was like, oh yeah, I already dislike you, because he just does a tremendous job of playing a butthead. So the details are really good here. You have single jointed elbows, you have single jointed knees, you have an ankle pivot, you have the legs can rotate at the knee, the arms can rotate at the elbow. There is no bicep cut, but there is a thigh cut. Your legs can go out this far on Moff Gideon, your leg can go that high, and your leg can go this far back. And of course he has peg holes for stands. And you have a movable chest plate, or abdomen crunch if you'd like to call it that, but it doesn't really, oh, it does crunch. Oh, okay, there we go. Never mind, yeah, you do have an ab swivel and an ab crunch, so that's good, but there's no waist articulation, unfortunately. The head can rotate all the way around, and he can look up, and he can look down, and then you have a wrist joint right there, so it can pivot and it can rotate. And I think that's it for articulation. You can't really move the arms outward too much because the shoulder pad does get in the way. It does kind of cut into the articulation there, so you can't really do much, but you can rotate all the way around, which is good. As far as accessories go, with Moff Gideon, you have his blade. There we go. The blade looks really nice. Shading is really well done. They could have easily half-assed this and made it all black, but they didn't. Thank you, Hasbro. And there's the, what? I almost said helmet. There's the handle right there. I cannot speak today. Really well done. He also comes with his blaster, which you can place into the holster on his right side, just like that. And he also comes with his red-lined cape. Focus there. There we go. It's red on the inside, it's black on the outside. It's kind of pliable. It merely plugs into the back, right, like so. You have a peg hole right there. And it rests on the figure, just so. Let's go ahead and put the sword in his hand and see how well he looks there. Looks really menacing, looks really, really well done. Captures his likeness perfectly. He definitely looks like a jerk. He definitely looks like someone you don't want to mess with and someone you just want to punch in the face. Imperial Moff Gideon is fiercely determined to capture a specific quarry. Clever and formidable, Gideon values power and knowledge. As for Kuiil, on the other hand, Kuiil is perfect. The figure captures the likeness of the character really well. I am kind of sad that there is no articulation on the mouth like we had with Admiral Akbar, so he can't just open it a little bit for when he talks. That makes me sad. But just like Gideon, we have pretty much all of the standard articulation. Again, we also only have single jointed elbows and knees on this figure, and I think it's because of the bagginess of the pants and the folds and such like that, you know? Which I'm okay with. If we've got to sacrifice some articulation in order to make the attire look better, I get it. It's okay. And even then, you know what? The double jointed knees aren't really needed on a figure who's also a little bit smaller in stature. So that's not a big deal right there. The shading's really good on this figure. I didn't have any issues with the paint application, thank goodness. That drives me up the wall. The belt looks really cool. You do have slight waist articulation with Kuiil. Mine is kind of stiff. Hold on. Yeah, you can rotate him. It's going to click, so don't be scared. He's not breaking. You have waist articulation because he is so much smaller than the other figures. He doesn't have an ab articulation. He doesn't have an ab crunch or a chest swivel. His arms can go out that far. His arms do rotate all the way around, and his arms do move and rotate at the elbow, as well as his legs at the knee. So you don't have to worry about that. He pretty much has the same articulation as Gideon. The head looks really good. I don't know if you can take... Oh, you can! I love that! You can take the helmet off, so you can use that for other figures, which makes me really happy. I didn't think you'd be able to. So thank you, Hasbro. That's really cool. He's got his hair. Everything's really well painted and well sculpted. Really, really cool. The character is portrayed voice-wise by Nick Nolte. The backpack, oh, this is a separate piece. Look at that. Oh, I guess you'd have to take the head off, but if you took the head off, you can remove the backpack and the scarf, which is actually really cool. So for you customizers, purchasing Kuiil will be really cool to get some accessories for your customizations. So it's really nice. Backpack is really well done too. And legs go out this far, leg goes up that high, leg goes that far back. And he does have a thigh cut, so that's good. And Kuiil, not to be outdone in accessories, comes with his shotgun. Oh, I call it a shotgun, but that's what it looks like, his blaster rifle. And he can hold it very easily. I won't do it on camera right now, only because it's gonna take me forever, probably, with how small his hands are. Arvala 7, Kuiil came to seek peace in an out-of-the-way world, which is now being trespassed upon by criminals and mercenaries. He has worked a lifetime to be free of servitude and offers valuable skills for those willing to meet his price. On a scale of 1 to a perfect 10, what do these figures rank? Basically, I would grade these figures as both having a perfect 10. It's pretty much what you would expect from Hasbro's Black Series. I know some collectors might be a little bit upset that there are no double-jointed elbows or double-jointed knees, but it makes sense considering the folds and flaps of the outfits that they are wearing. Both figures are really well detailed, they are well painted, they come with appropriate accessories that add to their character, and do not overshadow them or take away from the actual figure itself. The likenesses are spot on, the articulation is well done as usual, and if you are a customizer, there is a lot to be said for figures that you can enjoy having as the actual characters, and figures you can enjoy as basically fodder for harvesting parts for your customizations. With that being said, these figures are tremendously well done, and I do recommend picking these up, which you can pick up Kuiil on RogueToys.com, and Moff Gideon, when he came into the store at Rogue Toys West, sold out immediately. So him and Dark Ray seem to be the big sellers of the series. So if you see them out in the wild, definitely pick them up as soon as possible, and keep checking RogueToys.com for any restocks that we may get in the near future of both Gideon and Dark Ray. I hope this review helped you determine whether or not these two characters are perfect to add to your collection. If you have any other further questions, please contact us. If there's something more that you want answered in terms of detail or accessories or articulation, hit us up in the comments and we'll be happy to respond. And just remember, if you have any problems with how I review these figures or how I rank them on the perfect 10 scale, just remember this simple quote:
I have spoken.
Be sure to also check out the Rogue Toys Facebook page and tune in every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to check out the Facebook Live Claim Show starring the toy experts Crystal and Steve. And finally, follow me on social media. You can find me on Twitter at rareform, RAWR_form. You can find me on Instagram at _man_diva. You can follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/officiallyperfect. And if you'd also like to purchase Tommy Purr merchandise, check out my store on storefrontier.com/merchandise. And once again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed making it. Be sure to stay catty, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
Where does he get those wonderful toys?